Okay, in this session, I would like to introduce the enterprise AI adoption through Microsoft AI technologies. These are based on my experience from 2024 and 2025. I work with the clients, which basically is a Microsoft shop. Most of the IT is go through the Microsoft. And also, I have my own startup. It's called a Link Hairs. And I got the Microsoft Startup Hub sponsorship and also in the program of ISV Success Program. And based on the experience, knowledge, and my thought process, how to engage the AI solutions through Microsoft's AI technology strategy and roadmap. There are two paths of the AI adoption. One is for the Copilot Studios. That is the major product. This product is part of the Power Platform. That is a well-known low-code, non-code platform of the Microsoft. And with the ecosystem, for example, Microsoft 365, Dynamics 365, that's business applications, and also Microsoft extend to the business data, low-code, non-code, like Microsoft Fabric. So that's a big family of the no-code, non-code targeted for the business users. Microsoft used the terminology called a build. The other product is called Azure AI Foundry. So mostly the Azure is the platform or the repository for the developers. So you want a developer from the scratch. And they have all the advanced tools like AI Foundry, and traditionally have the collection of the AI service. So these are really two different of the targets of the people. Both make sense and important for the enterprise transformation to the AI-centric business. In this session, I will focus on the Copilot Studio and how Copilot Studio to transform the business and discuss the use case, discuss the technology, and discuss how to build the Copilot Studio agents. The most important thing about the agent foundation is not to build itself. The next page, I will uh, demonstrate how easy to build our agent. But the most important thing is alignment of the current IT service because you want to not developer, build the the enterprise level of the agents other than the little showcase or the MVP. So the IT service is very important. So basically, there are a number of the Microsoft products are very closely relevant to the agents built by the Copilot Studio. One is Microsoft Graph. That is from the data access perspective and based on different roles. If the user is a manager, if the user is an individual contributor or a specific group, and then you have the access level. And this is owned by the IT service team. The second one is Entra ID. That is Microsoft's Active Directory. They renamed it a couple of years ago to the Entra ID. So you get this is really govern the single sign-on, OAuth, and also you can create the Entra ID for the user or application ID for the agent itself. And the third one is RBAC. It's granular access control. It's called for the authorization and which group of the user can access which level of the certain documents. You have the read access or you have the write access. And the last one is purview. That is really the governance and the compliance for the um, documents. So these four things are the foundation. They could be have more, but these are the core service owned by the IT service team. And these are very important for the agent. Without these, it will be uh, only some creative thinking and like a sandbox. And with this, it becomes the serious enterprise applications. So this slide is talking about how to build the agents. I remember for the business user, we always use the terminology called build versus developer. And that is the Azure's word. And as Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella mentioned, building an agent should be as easy as create a spreadsheet. So there is literally should not have that much technology there. And I list two tables. The key event happening on November of 2024 in Chicago, Ignition, and they announced the wave two of the Copilot agent. The wave one is still kind of the rule-based workflow and creates certain automation there. But wave two is really become the modern agent, autonomous agent. The two technologies here is if you have the experience working on the virtual agent, everybody will say, oh, wow, these are very complicated tools in the topic. You should create an entity, create topic, create variables. And now, actually, I took the Microsoft's enablement workshop early this year. I think the January, February, and March. They still focus on the topic. The reason is Microsoft's subject matter expert. They have inherited this kind of the skill set and are still doing that. But after 6 months, we sit back and take a look, and topic is really not that important. They have some certain circumstance we need to use the topic, but largely it's kind of one-shot prompt. Just to tell Copilot Studio what you want. You want like a healthcare agent, to help you to manage the everyday activity, or you want to have a domain-specific agent to help you to understand the customer's behavior, or provide you suggestions and automate some actions, and maybe create a ticket to the service now. So that agent is really minimize of the technology. The key is your domain expertise and describe that using the prompt. And the nice thing is prompt itself can be created by AI tools like ChatGPT. You just keep communicating ChatGPT to make the prompt where, and then using the prompt, you can create the agent. The second thing changes is that Microsoft have the actions. That is the kind of the centralized place to connect to the external world through the Power Automate. That's also very intensive creating, but that's no longer that heavy lifted. So right now they rename that to be the tools, and the MCP, Model Context Protocol, become the standard. Gradually, I think it happened on the April and May, and very fast, these become the primary tools and to extend to other systems. Because if the end system does not have the MCP, then as an enterprise, probably you need to build it for now. But in the end, every end system will have the MCP. We just need to discover and connect, and then can use it. The last two parts are not changed. As you can see, you need to publish to the different channels, publish to Teams, Outlook, and the SharePoints, and even the website. But largely, the Copilot Studio agent are for the internal users because it is no code and have some challenge of the scalability and granularity for set up the security and set up the RBAC. But these bring a lot of easy and reliable. So that is Microsoft's commitment. So In conclusion, go back to Satir and Netherlands comments. Build agent just same as the Excel spreadsheet. It's really depending on what you want to build. After you build, it is important to align with the IT service, to publish to the proper channels and align to the security and governance, and to make this a serious innovation in the company. Okay, I think I make it very clear. Now, let's explore a couple of examples. IT service team is very important for the foundation. And very interestingly, IT service team have a wonderful use case, which is Microsoft's automation strategy to transform the business. Currently, when I work for any client, I think 99% is get a new laptop and then set up the laptop and complying with the corporate security and work on that. But Microsoft's new vision for the future automation driven is hybrid. You may get a new laptop when you are in a certain role. You are maybe the external customer facing and need to bring the laptop and showcase to the customer place. But in many situations, as a new employee, when you come to the new company, join the new company, you may receive the email and guide you how to provision our Windows 365, which is a virtual using your own device. It could be your phone, a mobile phone, it could be your own laptop. Then, or provision the Azure virtual desktop. This is not a new idea. Microsoft have those virtual desktop for many years, but AI make this very important because as long as you become the virtual world, it can be much easier to manage by Microsoft and facilitate the automation. And so that's why Microsoft's automation strategy, the cloud endpoint strategy for the IT team. Basically, where as a new employer, I receive this email and provision a new Windows 365. There is nobody behind as in the IT team to support you. The only thing supporting you is the automation setup by the Microsoft Intune. And meanwhile, you will get the Copilot to help you set up. So from the user perspective, new employee, you get help by the Copilot. And on the IT service side, the IT service people, there's nobody there. There is the automation platform. It's called Microsoft Intune is help you. So this is a use case, maybe valuable, maybe too forward thinking, but worth to look at. And of course, align with the Microsoft professionals, subject matter experts, and to see if your company want to adopt this hybrid strategy. Some employee have the hardware laptop just like today, and some employee maybe just have a Windows 365, which is SaaS solution, or some employee have the Azure Virtual Desktop. The difference is the Azure Virtual Desktop is even more flexible. For example, if I'm a machine learning engineer, I want to provision the GPU for next 2 months. I go to the Azure Virtual Desktop. When I use the 2 months, and then I will deallocate the GPU so that can save the cost significantly. Okay, now we extend the use case from the IT service to others. And it's very common or popular, start from the HR, start from the finance automation, and start from the CRM, from the sales automation, marketing automation, and the service automation, customer desk, help desk, and many other domains can do that. But all of them have a common feature is for the internal employee. For the external, we need to address, especially for the IoT, for the data from the OT side. Usually, you need to go through the AI Foundry. So now we already talked through all the perspectives to transform the enterprise to the future AI-centric enterprise through the Microsoft's AI technologies. In this section, we focus on the Copilot Studio, which is targeted to the business user. And this is conclusion. We talked through the Copilot Studio and talk about the IT service alignment and for those foundations for the security governance and the policy enforcement. And we talk about it should be super easy to build agents and basically through the pump um, and through the tools with the standard tools and using the MCP as the protocol. And we explore the use case. The use case for the IT service transformation itself is cloud endpoints, is Azure virtual desktop or the Windows 365, and in the IT service side, they go through the Microsoft Intune to manage the IT service. And also the use case for the other domains, for example, HR, for example, CRM domain, or like corporate finance domain. And then in the next session, we will focus on the Azure AI Foundry for developers, and those are the completely different set of the use case and business domain centric use case. Usually, for example, you are manufacturer, you are distribution, and you are like fleet management, all those kind of the data, and typically cannot. It's not the use case for the Copilot Studio, and those are the good use case for the the developers, engineers to work on the full stack of the development and the CI/CD on the Azure AI Foundry. Okay, this concludes for the section one of the enterprise AI transformation through Microsoft's technology, which is Copilot Studios to develop agents. Thank you.